9:30, The Light. Don't miss Love Worth Finding, weekday afternoons at 3 for an exploration of the Bible and the discovery of God's practical truth for everyday living. That's Love Worth Finding, weekday afternoons at 3. You'll see that Jesus is the greatest love worth finding.
Well, of course, we're looking at the subject of peace. And listen to what Jesus says here in John 16:33. Again, this is from the upper room discourse. He says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace in this world. You will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So he says to his disciples and to us today, listen, you need to have peace in this world. Now, this world, of course, is all about pleasure, pride, and possession, and it's all ruled by the enemy who has only one simple agenda, and that is to rob, kill, and destroy. And he uses accusation, temptation, and deception to make that happen. And then he also exploits and manipulates our own propensity and desire towards self-esteem, security, and significance. So Jesus says, listen, he says, you are going to see these things. And he says, I've told you these things so that you can have peace in this world. He says, there are going to be times where you're going to have trouble. He says, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Isn't it great to know that we have divine assistance in every situation of life? You know, Solomon said in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean to your own understanding, but simply acknowledge him and he will direct your path. So God promises through Jesus Christ to give us peace in the midst of all the trouble that from time to time we're going to find ourselves in. Because we do have three adversaries. We have the enemy, we have the world, and we also have our own desire and propensity towards the things I talked about. He says, but listen, I have overcome the world. Isn't it great to know that we have someone who has already given us an example of how to overcome the world? Jesus, as he walked through life, he wasn't rattled by all the things that came around him, all the questions that came to him, all the people that were demanding his time and, looking for him to answer their situation. Jesus had that peace. Why? Because he spent time with his Father in prayer, and also as well, his desire was to do the will of his Father. Now, if we center our lives and have a time of prayer every day, reading God's word, and then say, Lord, today I'm centering my life and resetting my life on doing the will of my Father. You know what? That will make us overcomers. That will make us more than conquerors. That will give us, of course, that victory that we're looking for today. And we'll be able to discover for ourselves when Jesus said, I've told you these things that you will have peace in this world. Remember, we are pilgrims passing through. We are not aligned any longer to this world. We are looking for a maker who's a city whose maker and builder is God. And because of that, he says, you may have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. We have divine assistance in every situation, and we have that wonderful promise that the Lord will never leave us nor forsake us. Isn't that a great thing to know and a great thing to discover? Here on your radio station, AM 930, The Light, Edmonton's Positive Talk.
There's so many ways to listen to Shine FM.